Russia is in the middle of its biggest crisis in recent times, with Putin mercenaries, the Wagner group, now threatening to unseat the Russian president himself. That is our top focus this hour, starting with some breaking developments. Explosion reported in Russia's Rostov. The footage that has gone viral on social media, which is on the screen at the moment, shows people running for shelter. Meanwhile, a highway has also been attacked. This is near Voronezh. This is the same place where Russia has attacked an oil depot to prevent, allegedly, the rapid advance of the Wagner Group troops. Local media seems to suggest that this oil depot was being used by the Wagner Group to ensure that their troops get access to fuel, and that's the reason that the Russian military used helicopters to blow off this oil depot. So that's the second footage that we have, and now we are told that a highway has also been attacked near the same place there near Voronezh. So while the focus was on the Russia-Ukraine war, this is a fresh development that is happening. This area is very close to the Ukrainian border. My colleague Sanjay Suri, who has reported from Ground Zero in Ukraine, was giving us an understanding of what this, area means. But let me bring in my colleague Siddhant, who's also keeping an eye. Siddhant, can you give us an update on the situation at the moment?
Yes, that's right. Auronima, right now, what is happening is that Vladimir Putin is speaking to his allies. And we have this confirmation that he has spoken to the president of Belarus. He has also spoken to his counterpart in Tajikistan and Uzbekistan. At the same time, British intelligence is in action. American intelligence is in action. And in fact, the high-level meetings are underway in London, in Ukraine, and in fact, in America. Now, this is a very complicated situation, Auronima, not just for Russia and Ukraine, but whole of the region. And perhaps it could affect world globally, because nobody ever expected that Wagner Group will do rebellion against Vladimir Putin. So many will look this situation as an opportunity to exploit, or perhaps give shape to this conflict in their favor. And many would also try to make situation less complicated so that peace can prevail. Because at this point in time, the special military operation of Russia, or for that matter, this conflict of Russia, has become intra-Russia conflict. Now, the person who has been closely associated with Vladimir Putin, and in fact has been getting lucrative contracts to earn money and have his private mercenary group, which has been aggressively fighting for Russia on the borders of Ukraine, has stopped fighting, is right now occupying southern district military headquarters of Russian forces. They have airstrip under their control. They have the entire military command under their control right now. And that entire southern district headquarters have been captured by a mercenary group. Now, they have threatened Vladimir Putin that if he will not send his deputies, which includes defense minister and the generals of the army, to come to southern district headquarters and have dialogue with him, till then he is not going to stop, or perhaps he will march to Kremlin in Moscow. So this is an open threat that has been issued by a mercenary group, and in fact Putin has come on TV to condemn what Wagner Group has done. Putin has called them a rebellion group, and Putin has called it a rebel. In fact, the private secretary of Putin has called it a mutiny by the Wagner Group. Now, at this point in time, situation is complicated because this entire area, southern district, was completely free of Russian forces, because most of these Russian forces are fighting either on the Ukrainian border or even beyond that. So, taking advantage of this situation, the Wagner Group took the entire area under their control. Now, what Russian government is doing, that they have deployed tanks on the street of Moscow. They have deployed tanks on the entire stretch to Moscow, so that the Wagner Group can be stopped, or its fighters can be stopped. Remember, going by one figure, Wagner Group has 25,000 fighters on their side. This number was 50,000 when war started with Ukraine. But going by the recent figure, they have 25,000 fighters. This all started, or perhaps escalated, when Wagner Group claimed that Russia deliberately, attacked the camps, the places near the camps of the Wagner Group.
Okay.
And it all started from there, and it is not going to end anytime soon. It looks like that.
Okay.
Back to you, Aurinba.
Siddhant, do hold on. Let me also bring in Sanjay Suri into the conversation. Sanjay, we have seen these photographs, these images from Mariupol, from even Kyiv, people running, highways getting blown off. Now, I mean, Ukrainians would say the chicken has come home to roost. These are pictures from Russia now.
Absolutely, it has reversed quite dramatically, and we saw the very strong statement from President Zelensky along these lines. And now we are seeing signs of actually an outpouring of relief across areas of Russia where the Wagner forces have been advancing. And we've been seeing images of people going and feeding them, giving them food, water, treating them very affectionately, almost welcoming them. It seems to be an outpouring of eagerness towards a liberation from Putin's rule. It's too early to say whether that indeed will happen, but Putin is cornered as never before. Prigozhin's credentials are not exactly endearing, but the unpopularity of Putin potentially, and we are seeing indications of that, is so great that people want to change anything but Putin, even if it is Prigozhin. Of course, it's too early to speculate what Prigozhin or someone else might do who replaces Putin, whether they will still continue to prosecute the war or the special military operation, as it is euphemistically called. But clearly, any change from this situation can only be a sign of some hope.
Okay, Sanjay, Siddhant, do hold on. There's